I got digital dash, came right with a I walk in the store and I bought the stock. I hide in the bins and pull out the lot. Got Tiffany diamond, it cost me a lot. They flying like birds, but drop on this hot. 400 degrees, I burned up the block. Burn out, make one call, they turn out. CC the gang, get the word out. When the shit getting hot, you the first out. Cover my wrist with a watch and I flood it with rocks. Now I look at the time all day. Be high right through your block and I drop off the top and I know you can see my face. You my dog at the end, don't care what the bitches say.
Leave a like on this video within the next 5 seconds for 2K to finally fix their servers. I would not risk it. Are you tired of grinding my career? If you want to save time on grinding your badges and overall, make sure to hit up Hero Grinders on Instagram or Twitter for the fastest and safest way to get your badges maxed out. The links will be in the description below. Yo, what's up with YouTube? It's your boy Fizz back with yet another video. Today, I got y'all with the best builds, the most overpowered builds in NBA 2K21. The best guard, lockdown, big man, center, whatever you want to call it. I got y'all with the best builds in the game on current gen. So, I'll be showing you guys exactly how to make it from literally the top 10. Got honorable mentions. Y'all know how these rankings videos go. I've been going crazy all banger week. This is not the finale. We still got some videos to come. We got the rarest build at every position, best build at every position. I got some gameplay videos still I gotta do. I even got the best animations. If you guys want all that to come out as fast as possible, all you gotta do is hit that like button. Smack the like button. Break the like button. You hit that sub button. I already dropped the badge glitch. Y'all went crazy on that. Can we go crazy on this too? It's just that simple. So yeah, and we're going over the best builds in this game. So yeah, without further ado, I know y'all ready to get straight into it. So let's hop straight into it. Let's go! Alright, so literally every build on this list is going to be amazing. So I got some honorable mentions we're going to get out the way first. So the first honorable mention is the slashing playmaker. This is not the slashing playmaker that I made at the beginning of the year. This is just a slashing playmaker. Really, really good build. So how are we going to make it? At the shooting guard position, when it comes to the pie chart, we're going to go with the all yellow pie chart. Then when it comes to the physicals, speed vert is low-key trash on this build. So I'm going to go with the speed pie chart. Then when it comes to the physicals, or not the physicals, but the attributes, we're going to end up with 4 finishing, 16 shooting, 30 playmaking with 7 defensive rebound badges. Then when it comes to the height, weight, and wingspan, body type is completely up to you. Height, I'm going to go 6'6". You can go all the way to 6'7" though, and speed boost off rip. So that's up to you. You can go all the way to 6'8" if you want to, and you want to earn that at 99. But I'm going to go with 6'6". Then when it comes to the weight, I'm going to lower that down to 180 on the weight. Then when it comes to the wingspan, I'm not going to go all the way max. But yeah, I actually did go all the way max. But you got to really realize that's going to go from a 71 to a 75 on the three-pointer. A lot of things is going to be changing. I'm not going to go too detailed on the honorable mentions, but you understand that this is going to be a real rounded build. It's just not going to do anything particularly crazy, but playmaking, because it's literally like a pure playmaker build. But shooting on this game, as of late, a lot of people are starting to learn how to shoot with low three-pointer builds like this. This is going to end up having a 75 at 99. So if you feel like you're going to be able to do that, you're going to have 16 shooting badges to go along with it. So it's going to be a lot easier to shoot than with like a regular slashing playmaker or a two-way slashing playmaker. But yeah, that's going to be the wingspan. It's going to make it a lot better on defense, finishing, all that type of stuff. Might make it a little bit worse on shooting, but all the other stuff that you're going to be getting from it, I'm telling you right now, it's going to make a big difference. Now, when it comes to the takeovers, I don't really see the point in going with slasher takeover. I know a lot of people do that so you can get contact dunks. Slasher takeover is better than playmaker, but for this build, playmaker takeover, it just fits. You know what I'm saying? It just fits. And yeah, the build comes out as what? A slashing playmaker. Similar to shades of D'Angelo Russell, Devin Booker, and Pete Maravich. All right, next is going to be the most badges on a point guard build, the scoring machine build. Now, this build, you might be like, it gets a lot of badges, but is it good? It's good. It's really good on offense, but defense is the only thing that I would say it needs help on. But I'm going to show you guys how to make it. Point guard, when it comes to the takeover, not takeover, but the pie chart, you're going to go with the shooting and finishing, but mainly shooting Hall of Fame. You're not going to get finishing Hall of Fame on this build. Then when it comes to the physicals, you want to go speed, pie chart. Then when it comes to the attributes, you're going to end up with 21 finishing, 27 shooting, 16 playmaking, and 1 defensive. So for the 1 defensive, I put up lateral equations so you can stay in front of your man. But instead of like I usually do, I put it on steal instead of perimeter defense. Perimeter defense is going to be for shot contest. You're literally going to be probably having to play corner on this build no matter what. So this is like a play shot that's a lot better at finishing with way worse defense. So instead of going perimeter defense, I put it on steal so that if people like throw you at you, you can actually at least have ability to play the passing lane. You only get 1 defensive. I would just put that on interceptor. So yeah, that's really what I thought about when I made this build. When it comes to the body type, that's up to you. Height, that is again up to you. I would probably go more towards 6'3" on this build, then go lower on the weight so that you can be as fast as possible, because this is not really like a fast build. Then when it comes to the wingspan, again, that is up to you. I'm not gonna go minimum. I'm gonna go 1 notch off minimum, because you're still gonna get +3 to your mid-range and 3-pointer, and that's gonna be able to get to a 91 and a 93 respectfully, and that's going to be really good, because the takeover we're gonna get is sharp takeover, shot creator, slasher, and playmaker. I'm gonna go with sharp takeover easily, and the build comes out as one of the best names in the game, the scoring machine build. All right, next, now we're getting into a lot of the really good builds, but yeah, we're still at the honorable mention. This is going to be the 2-way mid-range shooter. I literally made this build for me, but it is really, really good. So how do you make it? You're going to be at the point guard position. Then when it comes to the pie chart, you're going to go with shooting and defensive pie chart. Then when it comes to the physicals, I'm going to go with the speed pie chart. Then when it comes to the attributes, you're going to end up with 4, 17, 11, and 20. That is really good bad spread. And then when it comes to the body type, that's up to you. If you want to go bigger so you can get into people's body and bump them as much as possible, that's up to you. Then when it comes to the height, I ended up going 6'4". That's just the perfect height for this build. Then when it comes to the weight, not minimum, but pretty much minimum, is at 178 or 179. Then when it comes to the wingspan, I pretty much went max, but I didn't go all the way max. I wanted to be able to have my ball handle stay at 76, so I did stay at 83.2 wingspan. And as you can see, my speed is going to be all the way up to a 98 and 99 with gym rat. And you're going to have a lot of different things happening. You're going to have an 80 ball handle. You're going to get the pro drill moves. You're going to get all above an 80 on the 3-pointer, so you're going to be able to reach thresholds. And yeah, a lot of things at 99 is going to make this build significantly better. But I just feel like there's a lot of other builds that you can make. But yeah, when it comes to the takeovers, you get lockdown, shot creator, slasher, and playmaker. I'm gonna go lockdown on this build for video purposes. When I made it slasher because I use it more of like a guard, but this is really more of a lockdown build. If you want to use it as a lockdown, you can do that. But with that being said, you can really use this as a guard if you want to. So I went slasher so I could be able to be a lot more of a guard and be able to dribble a lot faster in takeover and stuff like that. And yeah, the build comes out as a 2-way mid-range shooter. All right, next is one of the most overpowered builds in the game easily, and it's still at the honorable mention. It's the Paint Beast, the best post-score build in the game, and the build that gets the most badges in the game. The Paint Beast, the post-score. Let's show you guys how to make it. We're going to be at the center position. How do you make it? You're going to be finishing pie chart. When it comes to the physicals, you're going to go all combined. Just pretty much just make sure everything is balanced on that. Then when it comes to the badges, this is the build that gets the most badges. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. 30 finishing, 7 shooting, 20 playmaking, and 11 defensive badges. That is 68 badges. The point guard I showed y'all earlier, the scoring machine, that's 65. This one gets 68 badges. Really, really good. Then when it comes to the body type, that is completely up to you. When it comes to the height, I didn't really mean to do it. Just go 7'3". You don't have to do metric system. Some of the builds on this list, wink wink, are gonna be in the metric system, but yeah, this is definitely 7'3". Then when it comes to the weight, I just went all the way up on the weight, all the way up on the wingspan. Body, not body type, but takeover. It's completely up to you. You can go shot creator or rim protector takeover. I would go post-score takeover. It's not really even a point of going rim protector takeover. You're gonna get +10 to your interior defense on this either way, so just go with post-score takeover. And the build comes out as a Paint Beast, similar to shades of Yao Ming, Rudy Gobert, and Joel Embiid. And last but not least, one of the best lockdown guard type builds in the game is the 2-way sharpshooter. Let's show you guys how to make it. How do you make it? You're gonna be at the shooting guard position, pie chart, shooting, and defensive Hall of Fame. Both gonna be Hall of Fame. I don't know why I said that like that, but yeah. Then when it comes to the physicals, I'm gonna go speed pie chart. Then when it comes to the attributes, you're gonna end up with 2 finishing, 19 shooting, 9 playmaking, and 20 defensive. Then when it comes to the body type, that's up to you. If you want to go thicker to be able to like bump people as much as possible, do that. But I just went with whatever. It didn't really make a big difference. That's really up to you, like I said. Then when it comes to the height, I went 6'5", so you can be able to play better defense. But if you want to go shorter on it, you can. That's gonna make it be a lot faster and be a lot more usable at guard. But you don't want to go too lower. If I went lower, it would only be the 6'4", like I did on the 2-way mid-range shooter. Then when it comes to the weight, that is kind of up to you. But I went all the way down to be able to be as fast as possible. So let me tell you the exact weight. I went 178 pounds. Then when it comes to the wingspan, that is completely up to you again. But again, I would go up or not up, but down on the wingspan, but because I want to go up in ball handle, because you have to be able to have a 76 ball handle to get to an 80 at 99. So that's really was my entire thinking on the wingspan. Not too low so that I can still play passing lane, still play good defense, not lose too much on defense, and still be able to do a lot of things on this build. And this build is one of the best builds in the game. Look at what you're going to be having. You're going to have an 80 ball handle, an 86 three-pointer, so you're going to be at the 85 three-pointer threshold, a 76 dunk. You're going to have above a 90 steal, damn near a 90 on perimeter defense, lateral quickness. You're going to have really, really good stats on this build at 99. So this is definitely one of the best grind builds in the game. But when it comes to like meta, I don't feel like this would be like a meta guard build. I don't feel like this would be ever like a meta lockdown build. But if you want to use it as like a secondary ball handler / lockdown build, you can do that. That's really what I put it on the list for. It's a really, really good build. But if you're not that cold at playing play shot, this is not the build for you. That's what I would say. But yeah, that is going to be the last build on the honorable mentions. The two-way sharpshooter. And yeah, that's going to be the last for the honorable mentions. Let's go ahead and hop straight into the top 10. Alright, before we go too far into this video, I want to make sure to go over this. Now, we were at 4.2%. We're all the way up to 9.7%. But still, 90% of y'all that are watching my videos aren't even subscribed. I know y'all mess with the videos. We finna be going so crazy, so you might as well hit that sub button. It's that simple. Alright, so hopping straight into the top 10 is the first build on the list is going to be the glass cleaning finisher. Coming in at number 10 is the glass cleaning finisher. No, this is not the blah build. So how do you make it? You're gonna be at the powerful position. Instead of going with all defensive, you're gonna go with defensive and finishing pie chart. Actually, this is probably the best big man build for going for rep. So if you want to go for rep on your build, this is going to be the best one because it's going to get finishing Hall of Fame. You're going to be able to get a lot more on lobs with this build, so you might want to make this. Then when it comes to the pie charts for the physicals, I went with speed vert. Then when it comes to the attributes, you're going to end up with 23 finishing, 1 shooting, 12 playmaking with 23 defensive. Everything on defense is max. Then when it comes to the body type, that is completely up to you. I would go burly. Then when it comes to the weight and height and wingspan, I'm not going to go 6'8". I'm not going to go 6'9". I'm going to go in between. I'm going to go 2.04 or 2.05. Why? Because this is literally going to give you the best of both worlds. It's going to be having everything almost go to an 80, and your defensive rebounding, blocking, all that is going to just go a lot higher. Because if you go 6'9", your lateral quickness, perimeter defense is still going to be too low. But if you go 6'8", your rebound, blocking, all that is going to be just too low to try to compete. So what I would do, on my height, I would go 2.04. 2.04 just seems like the perfect height because when you go down in weight, your lateral quickness, your perimeter defense, and your speed and acceleration, and even your vertical are going to go up. Then when it comes to the wingspan, you know what I'm saying? That's going to make a lot of stuff go up still if you go max wingspan. So yeah, at 99 on this build, you're going to be able to have a 82 perimeter defense, a 80 lateral quickness, a 81 steal. So all that's going to be at 80 or above. And then when you look at your block, offensive rebound, and defensive rebound, that's going to be at 88 and 87 respectively. So that's going to be a lot better than it would have been. Then when you look at the finishing, all that stuff is going to be almost at 99 or at 99. So yeah, this build is definitely one of the best builds in the game. I haven't even went over the speed, acceleration, and vertical. You can get to a 97 vertical all the way up to an 88 speed with 99 and gem rat. So yeah, this is one of the best big man builds in the game. And yeah, it comes at the number 10 spot on the list. Alright, coming in at number 9, this is like the true slash and playmaker. This is like my build. This is literally like one of my favorite builds in the game. When I say it's my favorite build now, no. But yeah, it's definitely one of the most fun builds in the game. So how do you make it? Gonna be at the point guard position. You make it at small forward, you can get 62 badges, but I feel like it's just a little bit better at point guard. Shooting guard is gonna be a little bit different too. But yeah, at point guard, that's what I'm gonna make it for video purposes. Then when it comes to the pie chart, you're gonna go with playmaking and finishing. That's gonna both be able to get the Hall of Fame. Then when it comes to the physicals, I'm gonna go speed vert. Then when it comes to the attributes, you're gonna end up with 19 finishing, 11 shooting, and 23 playmaking with 6 defensive. Then when it comes to the body type, that is completely up to you. Height, I would go 6'5". Weight, I would go down as much as possible to get my speed and acceleration as high as possible. while losing nothing on interior defense and strength. And then when it comes to the wingspan, I'm gonna make my wingspan still be able to have my 66.3, and that can get to a 70 at 99, and still have an 85 dunk off rip and an 86 ball handle off rip. And yeah, so that's gonna be at the 84.2-inch wingspan. So let's see what this build gonna look like at 99. So for the physicals, you're gonna be able to have a 98 speed, a 97 acceleration, a 96 vertical. Really, really good physicals. Then when it comes to stuff like steal, that's going to be at an 85. Your line quickness is at a 79. Your perimeter defense at an 81. Your ball handles at a 91. Then your three-pointers at a 70. Your dunk is at a 89. Your close shot is all the way up to a 95, and your driving layups up to a 99. So yeah, this build is really, really overpowered going inside. And with how people are finding ways to shoot on builds like this that have really low shooting, this build becomes even more overpowered. Now, why is it not as high as I previously ranked it? Because I don't really see, when it comes to like the comp scene, that's really what all of current gen is. It just seems like that's really all of what current gen is. And when you play against certain lineups, it really makes this build really hard to use. It does, I can't lie. Because of how they made the perimeter locks, those builds can't really get as many rebounds. So this will have to play like a spot up. This will have to play like the perimeter lock of the lineup, because you would probably still have to have like a play shot. Probably would still have to have like a, or whatever. But if you can use this as a play shot, this build will probably rank higher. I just don't see how people would do that with another inside big. You know what I'm saying? This would probably have to be on like the wing, spot up. But that's just not really what it's meant to do. It's really more of like an ISO build. So it's one of the more fun builds, but it's just not meta. I would say it's just not meta. But then when it comes to the takeovers, slasher, playmaker, and shot creator, I'm gonna go with slasher, takeover, and the build comes out as a slashing playmaker. The only reason it's ranked this low is because I just don't see, in terms of how this game is played and how people are playing this, I just don't see how it's going to be able to stack up against the builds that's higher on the list and the ways you can use it in certain lineups. All right, next, coming in at number 8 is the two-way slashing playmaker. I could see this build rising on this list as the year goes on, and people are learning and more how to shoot on builds like this. People are shooting on post playmakers with a 65-3 with 1 badge. These 2 badge builds I just showed you, the last one had 11 shooting, this one's gonna have 8. I feel like these builds are gonna go on the rise. So how do you make it? Gonna be at the point guard position. When it comes to the pie chart, you're gonna go with the playmaking and defensive. That's gonna both be able to get to Hall of Fame. Then when it comes to the physical, you're gonna go with speed and vertical pie chart. Then when it comes to the attributes, you're gonna end up with 9 finishing, 8 shooting, 20 playmaking, and 20 defensive. Really well rounded. I'm gonna go over the attributes again later. Then when it comes to the body type, that's up to you. Height, I'm gonna go 6'5". You can go 6'4" if you want to be a little bit faster, a little bit more well-rounded. But 6'5" is, in my opinion, just a better height. Then when it comes to the weight, that is up to you. I'm gonna go pretty much as low as possible to get my speed and acceleration as high as possible, while only losing as little bit as possible on interior defense and strength. Then when it comes to the wingspan, pretty much gotta max out your wingspan if you want to be able to get contact dunks on this build, if you want to be able to have your defense as high as possible. So yeah, let's go ahead, go over what you're gonna be having on this build. You're going to be able to have all the contact dunks at 99, so because you're gonna have that at an 85, so you're gonna be over the threshold to be able to get all the contact dunks. Then when it comes to the three-pointer, that's going to be all the way up to a 68. Your mid-range is gonna be up to a 75. Your ball handle is gonna be over at 88. Your steal is gonna be at a 97. Your perimeter defense and lateral quickness is both gonna be at 91. Your defense rebound is gonna be up to an 82. Like, a lot of things on this build is gonna be really valid. The only thing that makes or breaks this build is if you're gonna be able to shoot, because if you can shoot on this build, you can literally use this as a perimeter lockdown build. You really could. You can use this as a spot up, and this build even gets shooting badges. So that is really up to you. And yeah, that is not going to be the last build on this list using that pie chart. But yeah, I feel like these builds are gonna start having a wave. The only reason it's this low is because of the meta and how compy people try to play on this game. Like, everybody uses pretty much the same lineups. I don't know how valid this build could be in certain metas. It's just that simple. So yeah, that pretty much is going to seal it. But yeah, when it comes to the physicals, you can get 99 speed, 99 acceleration, damn near 99 vertical, but that's going to be able to get to a 96. Yeah, the build is crazy. Takeovers, up to you. Lockdown, playmaker, slasher, up to you. I'm going to go slasher take. If you want to be like a perimeter lockdown on this build, go with lockdown take. That's up to you. It comes out as a two-way slashing playmaker. All right, so coming in at number 7 is pretty much like my big man build. And yeah, I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to make it. Pretty much uses the same pie chart as the last build, so let's hop straight into it. So we're gonna be at the center position. If you go to the power forward position, it's not gonna get you nearly as many badges. It's just low-key kind of bad if you make it at the power forward position to be a big man. If you being a big man, I do have a build with this pie chart later on the list. Then when it comes to the pie chart that we're gonna go with, it's gonna be the playmaking and defensive. Physicals, we're gonna go with speed, vert. You can go with speed or speed and speed, vert. It's up to you. It's up to you. Then when it comes to the attributes, we're gonna end up with 9 finishing, 1 shooting, 19 playmaking with 23 defensive rebound. If you go with it at power forward, you're only gonna have like 14 playmaking. If you're not gonna have nearly as many playmaking, but you have a little bit more finishing and a little bit less on defense. So that's up to you if you want to go with that power forward. You're gonna be able to go like around 6'8", but in my opinion, the height that we gonna be able to get on this build is literally perfect for this build. So yeah, let's go ahead and hop straight into that. So for body type, that's up to you. The height, weight, wingspan, height. You want to go 6'9" on this build, because if you go anything lower than that, your rebounds are just going to be too low to try to compete with the big man builds on this game. It's just that simple. So we're going to go 6'9". Weight is pretty much going to be down all the way, so you can be able to get your lateral quickness, your perimeter defense, your speed, acceleration, and vertical. It's just going to make a big difference on how good your build can be. Also, you're going to get driving layup, driving dunk. Really important things to make the build even better. Then when it comes to the wingspan, you're pretty much gonna go max wingspan. That's gonna allow you to get the contact dunks at 99. It's gonna allow you to get a 95 defensive rebound at 99, a 90 offensive rebound at 99, a 93 block, a 75 steal, a 77 lateral quickness, and perimeter defense. When you're looking at the physicals, all that's gonna go up +8 if you get 99 and gym rat. So when you look at the speed, that's gonna be up to an 87. Lateral quickness, I say lateral quickness, acceleration is going to be all the way up to an 86, and your vertical is gonna be at 88. So all that can get as close as possible to a 90. It's not as good as the block build, but it's literally really good. And then when it comes to like all that stuff that you see at the finishing, you're gonna have a standing dunk, a close shot that's already gonna be above a 90 or at 90. But like I said, you're gonna be able to get all the content dunks, because you're gonna be able to get the big man and all the regular like elite, pro, and small. I don't think you get the small because you're just too tall, but yeah, you know what I mean. But yeah, then when it comes to the takeovers, you get glass cleaner and rim protector takeover, and it comes out as a glass cleaner build. Now, what makes this build different than the block build? This build does not have probably nearly as good of attributes as the block build. I'll give you that. But what this build does, it gets Hall of Fame playmaking. So you get badges like floor general, dimer, Hall of Fame, and it's just gonna make such a big difference on your teammates. So when you can get that and your guards don't have to waste badges on it, it's really overpowered. It's really overpowered, and you cannot underestimate how overpowered that is. You have to literally try this build. You try this build out, and you'll come back and tell me that this build is extremely overpowered. I'm telling you that right now. So yeah, the build coming at number 7 is the glass cleaner build. All right, coming in at number 6, right before we get into the top 5, is kind of like the comp lock build. So how do you make it? We're going to be making a perimeter lockdown. So how do you make it? You're going to be at the point guard position. Shooting guard, you're going to get less badges. Small forward is a little bit risky, but yeah, point guard is why we're making that. So yeah, we're going to be at the point guard position. When it comes to the physical pie chart, you're going to go with the speed pie chart. You can go with speed, vert. I don't really see the point in that on a lockdown build, because you want to be as fast as possible. But yeah, when it comes to the attributes, you're going to end up with 6 finishing, 19 shooting, 22 defensive with 1 playmaking. I even tried the other lockdown like pie chart. I don't really see the point in that. You're gonna get more defensive, less shooting, and less finishing, but the stats on this build are way better, and you get Hall of Fame for both. I don't really see the point in that. But yeah, we're going to be making this build, and yeah, let's go over the body type and height, weight, wingspan. For the body type, that's completely up to you. The height, I would go 6'5". 6'5" just seems like the perfect height for this build. You know what I'm saying? You're still gonna be just as fast. You're gonna be able to do everything that you want to do. Your shooting's not gonna be dropping. Your finishing is still gonna be going up. If you go 6'6", it's just gonna mess up too much. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna lower your 3-pointer a lot. So yeah, I'm gonna just stay at 6'5". When it comes to the weight, I'm not gonna go all the way down on the weight, but pretty much I'm gonna go minimum, so I can get my speed and acceleration as high as possible. Then when it comes to the wingspan, I'm gonna be maxing out my wingspan as high as possible. So what is it gonna be looking like at 99? Because this is a really important build that you really want to max out. So at 99, you're gonna have an 80 defensive rebound, an 80 3-pointer, and a 83 mid-range. Then when it comes to the driving dunk, you're gonna have a 79 driving dunk, a 77 standing dunk, and you're gonna have a 91 close shot with an 81 driving layup. Then when it comes to the speed, acceleration, and vertical, Vertical gonna get all the way up to a 79. Speed gonna get it all the way up to pretty much a 97. And your acceleration gonna get all the way up to a 96. And yeah, the 3-pointer, like I said, gonna be at an 80. Your steals gonna be at a 98. And then your perimeter defense and lateral quickness both gonna be over a 90. So that's gonna make this build really, really good on defense. I'm telling you right now, even your block is gonna be at a 65. So yeah, it's really, really well-rounded in the things that it needs to be well-rounded in. You know what I'm saying? It's just that simple. Then when it comes to the takeovers, you can go with lockdown. If I was making this and I was being a lockdown, I don't even care. I would still go sharp takeover. It's just gonna make it that much easier to shoot on this build, especially in takeover. But yeah, if you're being a lockdown, I can understand you going with lockdown takeover. I just would go sharp because you're still gonna get +5 to all that stuff that you would on lockdown, but you'll get +10 to your 3. So you're going auto with your shot. It's just that simple. It's gonna be auto, extremely auto, extremely auto. But yeah, I know a lot of people gonna make lockdown with this. So yeah, I did go lockdown for video purposes, and the build comes out as a perimeter lockdown build. All right, so you're probably like, how did that last build not make the top 5? That's literally a comp lockdown build. That's literally what every lineup has to have: a play shot, a perimeter lockdown, and a glide build. That build comes at number 5 because this next build, I feel like this build is going to change the game. The post playmaker. I will be doing a video on this build very, very soon. This build could actually be top 3, but for right now, I made it safe. I did go top 5. So how do we make it? We're going to be at the power forward position. I've seen a lot of videos dropping build videos on this with one shooting badge. It was rough to look at. So I'm gonna show you guys how to make the best version. You're gonna go with the playmaking and defensive pie chart. Then when it comes to the physicals, you can go speed or speed vertical. For video purposes, I did go speed vertical. If you want to be faster with it, go speed. But yeah, then when it comes to the badges, you're gonna end up with 8 finishing, 6 shooting, 19 playmaking with 20 defensive. 8 finishing, 6 shooting, 19 playmaking with 20 defensive. So yeah, you're gonna get both badges gold that you really want to have on this game for shooting, especially on a build like this, range extender and high zone hunter. That is just so important to have, and you still have 8 finishing. Now, the only thing that you probably would want to have higher, if you really want to be a big man build, is have a higher standing dunk. So I probably, when I rank a full video on this build, I probably just take the hit on something to be able to have that higher on the finishing. But yeah, for video purposes, this is what I have right now. And then yeah, you see everything else. Then when it comes to the body type, that's completely up to you. The height, I end up going down to 6'7". That's just the perfect height for this build. You see all the stuff that's gonna be rising: the speed, acceleration, and vertical. Then when you really go down to the weight, again, your speed, acceleration, and vertical are all gonna be going up. Your driving layup even is gonna go up. Then when it comes to the wingspan, you're gonna be able to max out your wingspan. And yeah, you have to max out your wingspan to get contact dunks on this build. So how is this build gonna be at 99? Because this is a really, really grind build. So you might have been like, why did you not upgrade your perimeter defense or steal? That's still gonna be above a 50. That might not sound like much, but it's gonna make a difference. So I didn't really feel like it was necessary. The most necessary out of all those 3, perimeter defense, lateral quickness, it still was lateral quickness. Because to be a big man, you're still gonna need interior defense, block, offensive rebound, and defensive rebound. Now, you might be like, you're lowering your interior defense either way, but having a 59 is way better than having like a 35. So that was my thinking with that. So yeah. But yeah, you're gonna have a 60 perimeter defense, a 53 steal. That's literally like the small things that might be holes, but you're gonna be able to have content dunks. And when I say content dunks, when I make the actual version that I upload, I might have a way higher standing dunk, so do not look at that right now. But yeah, the driving layup is gonna be over an 80. You're gonna have an over a 90 close shot. The 65 3-pointer is like power of a 65 3-pointer is like a big thing right now. You're gonna be able to shoot on that, not consistently, but you can shoot randomly. That's what I would say, randomly. But yeah, you'll have well over a 70, mid-range at 99. Then when it comes to the ball handle, you're gonna have an 80 ball handle that you really need to be able to get the pro dribble moves. And then when you're looking at like the lateral quickness, block, defensive rebound, and offensive rebound, you're gonna have an 85 defensive rebound, a 78 offensive rebound, a block of a 78, and an 87 lateral quickness. So it's gonna be really versatile for those 4 different attribute points on defense. Even the finishing, you're gonna be able to get content dunks. Then when it comes to the takeovers, you're gonna get playmaker, slasher, glassier, and rim protector. I always tell y'all the best big man takeover in the game is slasher. You're gonna get some +10s to things that you just don't get on any other big man takeovers, like vertical, like strength. You get +10 on pretty much every athletic thing that you can do in this game. So that's gonna be really big for a build like this. But also you're gonna get the guard things that you really want, like plus 10 to speed with ball handle on a build like this, because this is a build that can ISO. So that's gonna make this build even better. Now, why is this build a lot higher on the list than the two-way slashing playmaker? I can see people actually using this as the big man in lineups. The only thing that makes this build, as of right now, a little bit lower is because of the fact that there's no standing dunk on it yet. But when I upload the updated, that's really why I have it this high. I'm gonna upload a better version that has a higher standing dunk and stuff like that, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, this build is gonna get only better. It's just that simple. It's only gonna get better. But yeah, that is going to be pretty much the takeover I'll go with, slasher takeover, and the build comes out as a post playmaker. Stay tuned for the updated version of this build. I'm gonna be uploading this extremely soon. Alright, and coming in at number 4, this is a demigod build. Every build on this list after 5 is literally demigod, comp, all that what you want to say. So yeah, this is like one of the best slashing, best ISO, do it all type builds that's going to be able to shoot, speed boost, get contact dunks, and it's not going to have like just one defensive badge. So let's show you guys how to get it. So we're going to be at the point guard position. You're going to go with the shooting and finishing pie chart, the badge, or the pie chart that's only going to have finishing, Hall of Fame. Then when it comes to the physicals, that's completely up to you. I'm gonna go with speed, pie chart though. Then when it comes to the badges, you're gonna end up with 17 finishing, 17 shooting, 14 playmaking with not one, but 6 defensive rebound badges. Then when it comes to the body type, that's completely up to you. Then when it comes to the height, I'm gonna go 6'4". That's just what I went with. Then when it comes to the weight, I'm gonna go down in weight just to be able to have my speed and acceleration as high as possible. Then when it comes to the wingspan, I'm gonna make sure my wingspan is perfectly fine. I'm not gonna go max, but I'm gonna go 2 off of max so I can be able to get that sharp takeover. It's just very important to do that. So let's go over this build at 99 now. So you're gonna be able to get all the content ups because you're gonna have an 86 dunk at 99. So you're gonna be able to have the small, the elite, and pro. Then when it comes to the three-pointer, that's going to be at an 81. Then when it comes to the 81 ball handle, that's going to be able to go up to an 85. Not quite at an 86 or 87. That's why if I made it, I would be at 6'3", but I know for a lot of people that's probably too short, but you can go anywhere between 6'2" or 6'5" on this build. It's still going to be really good. And yeah, when you look at the defense isn't even lacking. You're going to have an 85 still at 99. You're going to have a 69 rebound at 99. You're going to have a 79 lateral quickness, an 81 perimeter defense, and this build is just going to get better and better. And then when it comes to the physicals, you're going to have a 95 speed, a 95 acceleration, and an 80 vertical. Just going to get better and better, like I was saying. Then when it comes to things like the takeovers, you get slasher, playmaker, and shot creator, but we're going to go with the sharp takeover. It just makes this build so much better. Having a plus 10 to your three-pointer is going to literally make you go past 2 tiers to make it the shooting just so much easier, so that like the only real hole on this build is probably the shooting, and it's still really consistent on this build if you know what you're doing. So yeah, the build comes as a slasher, and yeah, sharp takeover. It's really just crazy. It's just obvious how much of a demigod that is just off the name and the takeover that you chose. Alright, and coming in at number 3, this is pretty much like the meta guard build, the comp guard build that everybody makes. I was gonna make like another version of this build to get a different name and put it on the list, but there was no point because this build is by far like the best like meta comp guard build. There's a lot of different ways to make it and get a playmaking shot creator, but all of them are literally the best way. If it's a playmaking shot creator, it's pretty much the best way to make it. So this one is gonna be pretty much more of like the meta guard way of how people make it. So let's show you guys how to make it. So we're gonna be at the point guard position. When it comes to the pie charts, we're gonna be shooting and playmaking, both gonna be able to get Hall of Fame, not the other one, so make sure you do the right one. We're gonna go with the speed pie chart. Then when it comes to the badges, usually when I make it for video purposes, I do go 1 finishing, 22 shooting, 21 playmaking, and 10 defensive, but that's not really necessary. So we're gonna go with 1 finishing, 23 shooting, or not 23, but 24 shooting, 24 playmaking with 7 defensive badges. Actually 6. We're gonna go with 6, I believe. Yeah, we're gonna go with 7. We're gonna go with 7 defensive badges. So yeah, that's pretty much really good. Instead of having 22 and 21, we're now gonna have 24 and 24. Instead of having 10 finishing, or not 10 finishing, but 10 defensive, we're gonna have 7. Just gonna make this build a little bit better at what it's really supposed to be doing. Then when it comes to the body type, that's up to you, but when it comes to the height, for this one, I actually did go with the metric system. So when it comes to the metric system, what I ended up going with 1.95. Then when it comes to the weight, pretty much lowered the weight as much as possible so I can be as fast as possible when it comes to speed and acceleration. So yeah, it didn't really give me anything on lateral quickness or perimeter defense. I guess they only do that for big men, but yeah. Then when it comes to the wingspan, I'm going to be pretty much lowering my wingspan as much as possible so I can be able to have that 91 three-pointer that I can go to a 95 and 99. And I'll have that 86 ball handle that's going to go to a 90 and 99. So let's go over everything on this build at 99 now that we see our final attributes. So steal, that's going to get all the way up to an 80 at 99. Our defensive rebound, that's really bad, but I can get up to a 68. Your perimeter defense and lateral quickness both going to be at a 78. When you see your three-pointer and ball handle, that's both going to be really, really good. But your mid-range, that's going to be all the way up to a 98. Your driving layup, 79. Your speed, acceleration, and vertical, all that's going to go up +8 because of 99. And gem rat, you're going to be able to have a 97 speed, a 95 acceleration, and a 72 vertical. The vertical isn't as important, but having that little bit bump of a vertical might make a difference. You never know. But yeah, then when it comes to the takeovers, I'm going to go with Sharp. I used to go with Playmaker because I wanted to be able to have 99 ball handle, 99 speed of ball, 99 three-pointer, and 99 mid-range in takeover. If you want to have that, go with Playmaker. But Sharp takeover is just so overpowered on this build, so I'm going to go with Sharp takeover. And yeah, the build comes out as a playmaking shot creator. Similar to shades of who else? Stephen Curry and Damian Lillard. I ain't even going to say the other person because those two just make too much sense. Alright, and for the top two, I got y'all with the best guard build and the best big man build in the game. Now, the big man build, this is literally the meta build, but I ain't go too crazy and try to, like, say, like, a different build was better. No, this build is just ridiculous. It's the easiest big man to build to use, and yeah, I'm gonna put this at number 2, and it's the best big man build in the game. So let's show you guys how to make it. We're gonna be at the power forward position. Then when it comes to the pie chart, you're gonna go with the defensive pie chart. Then when it comes to the physicals, you're going to go with speed, vertical. Then when it comes to the attributes, you're going to end up with 16 finishing, 1 shooting, 6 playmaking with 30 defensive badges. Then when it comes to the body type, that is completely up to you. I went burly, but yeah, that's up to you. Then when it comes to the height, instead of going 2.03, I went 1 notch up. That's just still going to allow me to have a 90 perimeter defense, lateral quickness is still at 99, but my block, offensive rebound, and defensive rebound is going to be it's going to be higher so that I can be able to have damn near a 99 on all 3. So that's really was my thinking on that. I'm still able to get the content dunks, all that. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to make me any slower. It's just what I did. So yeah, that's the height I ended up going with. Then when it comes to the weight, I ended up going pretty much down on weight so I can be able to have my perimeter defense and lateral quickness go up as much as possible while having my speed, acceleration, and vertical go up. That's still not done going up when it comes to perimeter defense and lateral quickness. Then when it comes to wingspan, we're going to max out our wingspan again so that we still can get our perimeter defense and lateral quickness even higher. With the steal, with the block, offensive rebound, and defensive rebound, with standing dunk, driving dunk, close shot, all that still going up. So let's go over how this build is going to be at 99. So at 99, we're going to go with the physicals first. At 99, you're going to have a 90 speed, a 88 acceleration, and a 97 vertical. When you look at your perimeter defense, lateral quickness, and steal, all 3 are at 90. Interior defense at a 76. Your block is at a 98. Your offensive rebound at a 97. Your defensive rebound at a 98. So yeah, instead of having like a 92 or 92, 91, and a 92, you have a 94, 93, and a 94. You're still gonna have a 90 on perimeter defense, lateral quickness, and steal. You're just gonna have a higher rebound, damn near 99 on all 3. Like I said, then when it comes to the finishing, you're gonna have a 91 close shot, a 93 driving dunk, and a 97 or 98 standard dunk. So yeah, that's just gonna make this build just that much better. So just doing that little small simple change on the height for the metric system, it just makes this build that much better in my opinion. Then when it comes to the takeovers, you don't get slasher, but you do get the next best thing. Glass cleaner for this build is pretty much what everybody goes with on it either way, glass cleaner. And yeah, the build comes out as a glass cleaning finisher. And yeah, that is the best big man build in the game, the meta big man build in the game, but just a little bit altered, just slightly altered, just so slightly. And yeah, it becomes even better. But yeah, that's going to be the number 2 build in the game at this point in time. So what's the number 1 build in the game? And coming in at number 1 is the demigod of all demigods. It's doing everything that you want to do on this game. It is the floor spacing slasher build. It's going to be able to do everything. You're going to be able to shoot. You're going to have an 83 ball off rip. You're going to have an 80 ball handle off rip. So you can get the pro drill moves. And you're going to be able to eventually get the contact dunks and have really good defense on this build. So let's show you guys how to make it. So we're going to be at the point guard position. You're going to go with the shooting and finishing pie chart. The finishing is going to get Hall of Fame. Then when it comes to the physicals, you're going to go with speed pie chart. Then when it comes to the attributes and badges, you're going to have 16 finishing, 20 shooting, 14 playmaking with 5 defensive rebound badges. And when it comes to the body type, that is completely up to you. But then when it comes to the height, you have to go 6'5". If you don't go 6'5", you're not gonna be able to get contact dunks on this build. It's just that simple. Then when it comes to the weight, you want to go down in weight so you can be able to get your speed and acceleration as high as possible. So yeah, you want to go with around 179 on the weight. Then when it comes to the wingspan, you're not gonna go minimum, but you gotta go down on wingspan so that you can get your 3-pointer up to an 80, because you're gonna have an 80 3-pointer off rip. That's gonna allow you to be at the 80 threshold off rip. That is a big deal. So when it comes to this build at 99, what's gonna be looking like? So you're gonna have a 94 speed, 94 acceleration, and an 80 vertical at 99. Why? Because you're gonna be at 99 and you're gonna get gym rat badge. I've said that so many times in this video, y'all should have it literally stuck in y'all head by now. And then when it comes to the steal, that's gonna be at an 82. Your lateral quickness, that's gonna get to a 77. Your perimeter defense is gonna get to a 79. It's just gonna make this just so much better. It's just that simple. It's just gonna make this so much better. Then when it comes to things like your ball handle, that's gonna get to an 84. Your pass accuracy is gonna get to an 82. Your 3-pointer is gonna get to an 84. Your driving dunk is gonna get to an 84. You might be like, that's not at an 85, but yeah, you still can get contact dunks with the pro contact dunks at 84 driving dunks. So you're still gonna be able to do everything that you really want to do on this build. You're gonna be able to shoot at a really high rate off rip. You're gonna be able to dribble, speed boost, all that, and even stick really decent defense. Now, you don't have long wingspan like the slasher build, but this build still don't have like a short wingspan or nothing like that. It's really more like middle or medium like wingspan type stuff. But yeah, you're gonna be able to get contact dunks, shoot, and dribble. What more do you want to do on a guard build? But yeah, this is probably the most fun guard build, best build in the game. It's gonna be able to do everything. I'm gonna do a detailed video on this build and why it's so crazy. But yeah, that's pretty much my piece so far on it. But yeah, when it comes to the takeovers, you're gonna be able to get finishing, sharp, playmaker, and shot creator. If you want to go with slasher or playmaker, that's gonna get you +10 to speed ball handle and stuff like that. If you feel like this build needs that, you do that. But the thing about this game, in my opinion, you're gonna get +5 on those either way, so you're gonna be able to do that at the highest rate either way. So I would go with sharp takeover because that's gonna get you +10 to your 3-pointer. So your 3-pointer is gonna go from an 84 to a 94 at 99 in takeover. That's going to go past 2 whole thresholds, and it's going to be almost at a 95. That is going to make this build literally never miss in takeover damn near. I'm telling you right now, man, this build is overpowered. This is overpowered. People, you can use this as like a play shot on certain lineups. You can literally use this in so many different ways. You can use this as an ISO, or you can use this as a build using screens. You can use this in so many different ways. And yeah, the build comes in at number 1, best guard build, best build, most fun build, best ISO build, all that type of stuff that you want to talk about. It's the best build on the list. And yeah, that is going to be the best builds, most overpowered builds, best guard and center builds in the game. If you like the video already, I appreciate it. But if you haven't, leave a like. It drops a lot of support from me. And these videos take so long, man. I can't tell you enough about it. But yeah, drop a like. If you want more videos like this, subscribe if you're new. We on that road to 100K. We hit that 80K, man. We only got 20K left, man. So if you're really trying to be here before we get that 100K, go ahead, drop that sub. But yeah, man. Man, these were the best builds in the game. I got a lot of bangers left to go in banger week. This is not the end. Trust me right now, this is not the end. Even after banger week, I still got bangers. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that is the best builds in the game. Like I said, leave a like, subscribe, turn on post notification, be the first to every single my videos. I've been doing live streams every single day, doing giveaways, all different type of stuff. So you don't want to miss that. So turn on notifications, make sure to subscribe. Share this video to anybody this will help. This video will help a lot of people. There's a lot of builds on this list I haven't made dedicated videos for, because I will be doing that right after banger week. Even some may be dropping during banger week. You never know. But yeah, like I said, leave a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, share this video to anybody that needs help. But yeah, man, it's your boy Fitz, man. And I'm about to be, man.
Tell them to bring me my money. Yeah! I'm a dark night, bitch, yeah. I'm a dark night, bitch, yeah. I fly in the sky, I got wings on my feet. When the sun goes down, yes, I'm a creep. When the sun goes down, yes, I'm a creep. When the sun goes down.
Alright, before we go too far into this video, I want to make sure to go over this. Now, we were at 4.2%. We're all the way up to 9.7%. But still, 90% of y'all that are watching my videos aren't even subscribed. I know y'all mess with the videos. We finna be going so crazy, so you might as well hit that sub button. It's that simple.